All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Chakvadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believer. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So I was sitting here and I was meditating. I was like, everything starts with faith. Everything starts with faith. So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai for giving us the faith. We are programmed with the faith because you have people who don't understand what we understand and why we believe and go hard as we do. It's all because of the grace and mercy of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. But I was sitting here thinking, because I always make this example, so I'm going to make a few. If you are a weightlifter and you want to get into the strongman competition, you're going to train. And by training, because you have to have faith that through your training, you're going to get to where you need to get to participate in a strongman competition. All right. To get your muscles up that you can strike poses and hopefully win the gold medal. Yeah. Also, any type of, I use always athletes because in this world, those type of things are glorified. They really put sports on a pedestal. So I try to use worldly, examples to illustrate my point. So also, when it comes to any type of sport, practice. You have faith that by practicing, you're going to get better, whatever it is. So everything starts with faith. Even us, when it comes to this truth. But the beautiful thing about that is this. For by grace are you saved through faith, and grace is favor. Okay? The scriptures goes into the first fruits, the spirits chosen before the foundation of the world. That's what you call grace, because none of us deserve this. All you have to do is not be proud and look at the things that you have done in this life. Look at the things that you have done before the truth. Look at the things you have done while you was in the truth. Now, the difference between being out of the truth and in the truth, when you're in the truth, you ain't gonna do things worthy of death. But sin is still sin, and the wages of sin is death. Okay, so we all deserve death. So that's what you call grace. We received it. We are grateful because it is not of ourselves. It is the gift of the Most High. So everything starts with faith. When we make our body a living sacrifice, let's get that. See, all of this takes faith. Everything takes faith. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of the Most High, that you present your body a living sacrifice. Now, presenting your body a living sacrifice takes faith. When you go out on the highways and byways, and when you conduct yourself just in the manner of the way that the Lord wants you to live to the best of your ability, that takes faith, because when you do that in this world, as it say in Isaiah 59:15, you make of yourself a prey. Okay? Now everybody side-eyeing you, talk about you in a cult. People don't want to be around you because the Lord made you a new creature. The old man has passed away. So the people that you used to run with, people who might even look up to you at one point in time, now they can't even look at you. They despise you. But the Lord is merciful. So even when it comes to like family and friends, they have some type of respect for you. So they don't just totally disrespect you. But naturally, y'all separate because can two walk together lest they be in agreement? Amos 3:3. But when you make your body a living sacrifice, especially on the highways and byways, the scripture says in Psalms 34:8 that the ain't no 34:7 that the angel of the Lord encamp around those that fear him. So when we go out there, we don't be worried about what can possibly happen unto us. And if something do happen unto us, at least we did it and we was persecuted in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So it says holy and acceptable. See, that's the way, that's the conduct right there. Because you got people who go to the highways and byways, may even use the name, but they live their life a certain way. They look a certain way. All right. So as Yahushua said, on the outside, they look good, but on the inside, they're full of dead man's bones, which is your reasonable service, which at the end of the day, this is all we really can do for the Lord. What can we make Yahweh Bashim Yahushua when our Father through Yahushua made everything that you see? What can we make? Okay. You gonna bake them a cake or something? So yeah, making your body a living sacrifice is your reasonable service. We are unprofitable servants, as the parable said. We're doing what we're supposed to do. And then after we do what we're supposed to do, then we'll get, the desires of our heart. So it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. All of this takes faith. All of this starts in the mind. So faith, everything starts with faith. Okay? I don't care. Something is putting in a job application. All right? I'm talking about if a person told you, listen, all right, I told my boss that if you go put in this application, that he gonna grab your application, he gonna give you an interview. And you gonna get the job. So by hearing those words, you have faith. So you're gonna go wherever this place is, put your application in, and your ass gonna be waiting for that phone call. Everything starts with faith. See, the problem is that you have a lot of faithless people out here, and faithless people gonna die. Matter of fact, let me finish this. Renewing of your mind that you may prove what is that good and acceptable in the perfect will of the Most High. All of that take faith. So fear not the imaginations against you, let not the incredulity of them trouble you that speak against you, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So yeah, you want to be faithless, you're going to die. It's that simple. And we're telling you straightforward. So faith is what pleases Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, which is the scripture that I'm going to end it on. Okay? That's the only thing that pleases Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But you gotta ask yourself why. See, since everything starts with faith. You gotta really think about it like this. All right, matter of fact, a perfect example. We're going to be literally staring in the face of death when Jacob's trouble comes. The Lord did say he's going to provide for us, but he also said that some of us are going to be martyrs. So imagine being in front of a guillotine because you don't want to take the MOTB. You know the scriptures and you understand that the Lord said that he's going to give you a crown of life. A crown of life represents the kingdom of heaven with everlasting life. Okay? So if you have faith, you're going to go through with it. If you don't, you're going to take the MOTB and don't get beheaded. So you see why faith is important? And faith is important when it comes to everything. You can't accomplish goals without faith. Because if you go into a game, a basketball game, and you already saying, man, we can't beat this team, man, they're going to kick our ass, you're going to get your ass kicked. It's just that simple. That's why boxing is my favorite sport, because when you listen to the greats talk, they always say it's 90% mental, 10% physical. All right? You go, and if you go into a fight, even if you go into a fight with this mentality, I don't care, I'm going to die in this ring, I ain't losing. That person got a hell of a fight ahead of him, okay? You might lose. You might. That's if he don't have the same mentality. Okay? It's going to take two mentalities, for the one to get conquered by the other. The same mentality. But if you got one talk about, I'm going to die in this ring tonight, if I got to, and then you got another one who just proud say, I'm going to whoop this nigga's ass because he just think he better than you. The person who got the mentality like, I'm not leaving this ring, you're going to have to drag me out of this ring, he's going to win. And I've seen it plenty of times. That's why you have something called upsets. Okay? Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson. Guess what happened? Mike Tyson was in China. He was in China doing cocaine and having sex with those women over there. While Buster Douglas was training his ass off, and his mom just died. He had something to fight for. So everything starts with faith. He ain't going to that ring like, this is Mike Tyson, he knocking everybody out in the first round, I can't win. No. So, where was I at? Oh, another thing too. Us even entering into our truth. Which it is our truth because it is the Israelites' truth. But us entering into the truth, this is how it started. So then faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. However you enter in to the sanctuary of the Most High, you heard a man speak. Okay? If you was walking in your downtown in your city, or you came across a video on YouTube, you heard, and then faith was increased. Because the scripture says, my sheep hear my voice, they know me, and they follow me. John 10:27. So, also, for you unbelievers out there who's going to die, for unto us was the gospel preached as well as unto them, but the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. That's the thing that encompass this thing of ours, faith. When we heard this word, it ignited something inside of us, which is the spirit. Okay? So we've been hooked, line, and sinker by this word. And that's why you got to stay prayed up and ask the Lord to give you strength to endure to the end. And in scripture said, it's not him that willeth nor him that runneth, but the Lord who showeth mercy. That's in Romans 9:15. And then that might be 9:16, but 9:15 said he have compassion on who he have compassion on, and mercy on who he have mercy on. So that's the grace. Okay? Right now we receive the grace. We know that we called. We hope to be chosen. So, to end it on this, everything starts with faith. Remember that. But without faith, it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, which is Yahweh's name, our Father. He is, he exists, he is to be. He couldn't even put an adjective on himself. Okay? He just like, I am. All right? Because I am is what he called himself, but we supposed to say he is. See, I am is Ahia, and he is Yahweh. Okay? And sadly, you have people who be like, well, the Lord said I am that I am. But the next scripture said the Lord. And when you go into that word, the Lord, it say Yahweh. He said the Lord power of Jacob, Isaac. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So anyway, it says, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. And the only way that you're going to diligently seek him is if you have faith. Okay? Because the faith is what keeps us pushing. Faith and fear, the two F's, okay? But faith is what keep us going, because it gets hard. It gets hard down here. But the Lord bless us with the faith to continue to keep pushing, because we know that there is a reward at the end of this. So all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, seek ye out the Lord while he may be found, and Shalom.